Steve, is everyone reported fit and ready for this camp?
Yeah, obviously Thursday camp early in the week, a lot of the boys played Sunday, so one or two little knocks and niggles over the first couple of days, but everybody's fit and well trained today.
Max Johnston is a bit of a later call-up. What's the thinking behind bringing him in?
Just pad out the squad a little bit, just to have obviously 2 games, Thursday and then Sunday. You always assume that you might pick up some kind of knock or niggle, so just brought him in for that reason. That's it.
Pleased with what he showed in the last couple of camps, that he's ready to come in and contribute if
needed?
needed?
Yeah, good, ready to go. He was unlucky not to be in the initial squad anyway. I had a good chat with him on the phone, explained my reasons. He accepted them, which obviously was disappointed, but could understand why I'd made the changes with Aaron Hickey and Tony Ralston both being fit. So he's back in the squad, and it's good for Max, more experience.
2 big games coming up at Hampden in the space of a few days. Do you get a sense of excitement in the squad about these ones and what could be possible in these matches?
Not so sure excitement, more focus, determination. The players understand that every game in a qualification process is really important, that you get as many points as you can. Obviously we managed to pick up 4 points for 2 away games last month, and we'd like to pick up as many as we can this month, and that would put us in a good place going into November. So the players understand what they have to do.
What do you think the group have learned since the last time they played against Greece?
Play better. They have to play better. The last game we gave away goals that are not really part of our make-up. We don't normally defend and give goals away like we did in the last game. There were some moments in the first 30 minutes where I think we showed that we can be a threat to Greece. We'd obviously been in Greece and won the game. I spoke about it at the time, maybe I should have made 2 or 3 more changes just to freshen the squad up a little bit. They made 6 changes, they looked a little bit fresher on the night than we did. That's not the case this time. We've got pretty much about as strong a squad as we can have. And the lads will be ready for it, so hopefully a different game and a different outcome.
Just a personal one for you, Steve. Tomorrow you'll draw level with Craig Brown as Scotland's longest serving manager in terms of number of games played. Yep. Should surpass that against Belarus. How would you kind of reflect on your time as Scotland head coach so far?
Enjoyed it. Obviously when you take the job you don't think you're going to be in 6.5 years or whatever, 6 and a bit years, with as many games under your belt. But listen, I've been lucky enough to work with a really good, consistent squad of players who have done ever so well for me. All my coaches have helped me to get to this stage. Is really nice, but at the moment my focus is only on qualifying for the World Cup next year.
There must be a pride aspect to that as well, though, Steve, when you think of where your name is going to sit amongst the greats of Scottish football.
I haven't really thought about it, I've got to be honest. I think that's milestones and career marks and whatever. You obviously had a half-decent career as a player. I've had a half-decent career up till now as a manager or head coach. I don't think I'm finished yet, so let me finish and then look back on it and I'll tell you exactly how I feel about it.
Craig was obviously the last man to take us to a World Cup. Was he a support to you when you were starting out here as Scotland manager?
Yeah, Craig's been great, or Craig was great. Obviously, unfortunately, we lost him reasonably recently. Craig was always very supportive, always good words of advice, and much appreciated by me.
What do you think Craig would say to you at this point, Steve? Would he point out that you hadn't qualified for a World Cup yet, like he had?
He'd probably point that out, of course he would. Of course he would. And he'd also probably point out the fact that he should have dug his heels in and stayed a little bit longer. And then maybe he would have been the guy that had gone to 3 tournaments and set a different benchmark. So, Craig was a good man, and he was part of the squad when I went away as an under-19 player down to Mexico. Craig was part of that group, and so we've known each other a long time, and I did forgive him for not picking me enough when he was national team manager.
You just mentioned the determination and of the focus of the squad. Obviously, we were speaking to Kenny at the beginning of the week, speaking to Ryan just before you. You feel that this is the chance for the players. You know, some of them are coming towards the end of their career. That determination of the squad, is that the sort of palpable feeling that gives you the confidence that this could be the time for the players to end that weight?
obviously they know that they've managed to qualify for 2 tournaments. They've been at 2 tournaments. They understand how close they got the last time in the World Cup campaign. It was a really good qualifying campaign. The playoff game didn't go our way. And they feel that they should have already had that World Cup experience, but they haven't. So this is the next chance. They're all at a good age. I know you say they're old, but they're not as old as me. They don't feel that old. They know they've got a chance to be there, and some of them will go on and have chances in the future. But if you look, it's 1998 since we were last there, so every chance we have to look at is our last chance. So why not do it this time? Yeah, I think it's very important. I think they've shown as a group of players that they know how to get it done. So the World Cup qualifying campaign, like I said, last time was really good. We finished second to a good Danish team. And then the qualifier for the Euro 2024, we finished second in the group behind Spain, who went on to win it. So we've shown that we can negotiate the qualifying campaign. This is another tough one. A little bit different because you've only got 3 opponents in the group, but they know what they have to do. They know where they need to pick up the points, and hopefully we get to the end of the campaign in November and we're already there.
Steve, some people are calling it a must-win game, and others are saying that a draw wouldn't be the end of the world. I mean, how do you assess this game and the group as a whole, because it's pretty tight looking?
Just try and pick up as many points as we can. Obviously 3 would be better than 1. Would it be a disaster 1? Probably not, but we want to win. We want to win both games. We've given ourselves a great platform with the 2 away games, and we want to cement that by winning the 2 home games.
You mentioned that last 2 years. It can almost be a good thing the team lost the way they did in that game. It feels though the players got appointed to it.
Is it a good thing? It's never a good thing to get beat 3-0 at home. It's never a good thing. But maybe going in, maybe it's just focused everybody's mind a little bit more. We'd gone to Greece, we'd won out there. Maybe like I said, I didn't make enough changes, so I take that on the chin. Maybe the players didn't quite hit the heights that they had before. So yeah, if it's a chance to make amends, then hopefully that's what we do.
Steve, you've had the players in for a while now this week. Have you made your decision, obviously, on who's going to start and goal?
Yeah.
Would
absolutely.
you like to share with the audience? Would you like to share with the audience?
Probably not.
I mean, when you name the squad, the fact that Craig came in and he hasn't had football, that kind of looks like you've brought him in because you trust in him as a safe pair of hands if he ultimately is the guy that gets the nod.
No, Craig's been great for me. I obviously picked up the injury at the end of last year when he was undisputed #1 at that time. He's had the injury problems over the summer. He's just coming back to full fitness now. I just feel his experience around the group is good, and obviously he's not playing at his club, but he's in here, he's working. I spoke to him this morning about it. He said it's great to be back involved with working with players at this level, and he's ready to go if required.
In terms of this particular fixture against Greece, because of their result against Denmark last time out, do you think there's a possibility here to almost knock them out of contention with a win? No, because after this game, there's still 9 points up for grabs. So I think if anybody, there's nobody in this room that would have thought that Denmark would go to Greece and win 3-0. So it's a section that I think has shown that there can be some strange results. The teams are quite equally matched. So I wouldn't be surprised if Greece could go to Copenhagen and win. That's the reality of where we are. So even if we beat them, I don't think they're dead because there's still 9 points to play for. But if we take 6 from these 2, we're in a very strong position. You start getting into ifs and buts and maybes. It's better for us just to concentrate on the first game and make sure that our performance is better than it was in March, and make sure that our performance is good enough to take the 3 points. Is she? I didn't know she was there. I've heard the name. I'm sure if you played a couple of your songs, I'd say, I recognise that one, but I couldn't name you one song, I'm sorry. And that's no disrespect to Katie, but I'm for a different generation.
Do you recognise her?
No.
Steve, before the Belarus game, you were quite clear that you
I thought that was us finished there. No, she wouldn't.
Before the Belarus game, you talked about the need for the team to get back to be playing, to be horrible to play against. I think was the expression used. How much of that did you see across those first two games, and how much will you need that again tomorrow night to get the result?
We have to do what we're good at, and I think when we defend the way we defended in Denmark, the attitude we showed when we were in Belarus, we had to force the game and chase the game without being crazy that we concede a counter-attack goal. We have to work as hard as we can. We have to be very humble, get out there on the pitch, be organised, work as hard as we can, show our qualities on the pitch, and hopefully that's enough to set us on the way to where we want to be.
Can the fans be important tomorrow, Steve? Obviously,
Fans are always important, always important. But we know that when you come here, we have to give them something to shout about. We know that, so we look to start the game on the front foot, and if we can get the fans on side. And sometimes in a game when it's going against you a little bit is when you need your fans the most. So I'm sure the Scottish public, when they come, will realise it's a very important game for both ourselves and Greece, and they can make that little bit of difference with the noise that they can create, especially in the difficult moments.
It was good to say that the Greeks are quite a young team, quite a young squad. I mean, at that level, can an intimidating atmosphere have any bearing on them?
No, I think they're pretty much most players now that are playing at this level will be used to hostile atmosphere, especially the lads that are coming out of Greek football, because there's some tasty games over there.
Steve, this campaign's so different from previous World Cup qualifying campaigns because it's truncated the way it has been. Do you feel with so much going on domestically that the fans are really getting the importance of this yet? Because it's coming down to the crunch now, and maybe it's kind of crept up on some people that's how close we are now to this.
I don't know what's happening domestically. I don't know. I would point out the fact that I do glance through the headlines sometimes, and it's been strange in a build-up to such a big game that the national team's not been the main headline. But listen, that's the nature of football in Scotland.
do you like the new format? Do you like this format?
Can I tell you at the end? What it really takes out, obviously it takes out the game against a pot 5 team or maybe a pot 6 team in days gone by, which makes it longer. And if you're Scottish, you probably think it takes away 2 banana skins.
Steve, there's obviously chat about people who get left out of the squad all the time, but very rarely over probably the course of your tenure do we talk about the attacking areas being so strong and guys like Lauren Shanklin not making it. Do you think this is maybe the strongest kind of complement of attackers that you've had at any point?
Yeah, it probably is. It probably is. Most consistent. I think obviously Shea and Lyndon have been the sort of frontline strikers for me since, when did they both come in? About 5 years ago. They've sort of been the two that have been up there, and they've always been supplemented by other players round about that. Is it strong? Yeah, it's pretty strong if somebody like Lawrence can't get in the squad.